A potential blockbuster nor'easter is barreling toward the East Coast this weekend, and weather models are showing wildly different scenarios. One model predicts up to 2 feet of snow burying Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston. The other says the storm stays offshore, leaving millions with nothing but light flurries. The difference between a historic blizzard and a complete miss? Just 100 miles. And with only 3 days until impact, forecasters still cannot agree on which way this will go. But here is what we know for certain right now. The storm is already forming off the coast of British Columbia. By Saturday night, it begins its march toward the mid-Atlantic. By Sunday morning, February 22nd, it reaches a critical decision point. Will it hug the coast and unleash a massive snow event, or will it veer out to sea, sparing major cities? The answer to that question will determine whether 40 million people spend Monday digging out from one of the biggest snowstorms in years, or simply brushing off a dusting. 3 separate weather models are now tracking this system. The GFS model, which has struggled with accuracy this winter, continues to show a monster snowstorm. For 3 days straight, it has printed the same solution: heavy snow from Kentucky and West Virginia all the way through southern New England. Snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour, 24 to 36 hours of continuous precipitation, wind gusts exceeding 50 miles per hour along the coast. This is a textbook nor'easter setup according to this model. But the European model tells a completely different story. It shows the storm tracking much farther south and east. The center of the low-pressure system stays offshore, riding along the Gulf Stream. In this scenario, Washington, D.C. sees maybe 2 inches, Baltimore gets 3, Philadelphia might hit 4 inches, New York City barely scrapes together 5. Boston sees 6 to 8 inches on the higher end. Still impactful, but nowhere near the 2-foot totals the GFS is advertising. Then there is the AI-powered European model, the ECAIFS. This newer forecasting tool has been remarkably consistent. It shows a classic nor'easter pattern. The storm develops near the Outer Banks of North Carolina on Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, it is rapidly intensifying off the coast of Virginia. By Sunday evening, it reaches Delaware and New Jersey. By Monday morning, it hammers southern New England. This model has snow beginning Sunday afternoon for Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. By Sunday evening, Philadelphia and New York City are getting hit hard. By Monday morning, Boston is in the thick of it. Here is why this matters. The National Weather Service flew Hurricane Hunter aircraft into the system yesterday. They wanted fresh data to feed into the models. After that data was processed overnight, several models shifted northwest. That is a crucial detail. When models shift toward the coast after receiving new observational data, forecasters pay attention. It suggests the storm may have more western potential than initially thought. Alex Sosnowski, a senior meteorologist with AccuWeather, stated that a lurking storm for Sunday, February 22nd to Monday, February 23rd, has the potential to bring significant snow to a large area of the northeastern United States, including New York City, Boston, and Philadelphia. However, he cautioned that the situation is complicated and is not certain to bring snow to the big cities along the Interstate 95 corridor. The National Weather Service issued its latest assessment Wednesday afternoon. They stated that confidence is increasing for a coastal low by Sunday and early Monday. If that scenario unfolds, heavy coastal rain and inland snow could impact areas from the mid-Atlantic to New England. Strong winds near the coast could create conditions for coastal flooding, but they emphasized the specifics on the strength and track of this low remain uncertain. CNN meteorologists analyzed 3 possible scenarios. Scenario 1, the most likely right now, has light to moderate snow and gusty winds impacting an area from southern New England into the mid-Atlantic Sunday into Monday. That includes Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. Snow could also extend as far west as the interior Northeast and Great Lakes. This snow might slow down travel but should remain manageable. Gusty winds and some coastal flooding could also occur. Scenario 2, slightly less likely but still possible, involves a powerful storm developing close enough to the northeast coast to deliver major impacts over a widespread area. Heavy snow and strong winds would make travel very difficult on roads and at airports beginning Sunday afternoon and lasting through Monday. This is the scenario millions are hoping to avoid, but it remains on the table. Scenario 3, the least likely, has the storm staying too far offshore to bring any significant impacts. There could still be some snow or rain showers in the Great Lakes and Northeast from a separate disturbance, but impacts would be minimal. A similar scenario played out in late January when some computer models showed a winter storm delivering heavy snow to all of the Northeast, but the system stayed offshore, only scraping southeast New England. Let me give you the timing breakdown city by city based on the most likely scenario unfolding. This is critical information if you have travel plans this weekend. For Washington, D.C., light snow begins Sunday morning around 8 a.m. Snow intensity increases Sunday afternoon between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Peak snowfall rates occur Sunday evening from 6 p.m. to midnight. Snow tapers to flurries Monday morning by 8 a.m. Total accumulation 4 to 8 inches, with the higher amounts north and west of the city. For Baltimore, snow begins Sunday morning around 9 a.m. Moderate to heavy snow develops Sunday afternoon between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Peak intensity Sunday evening from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Monday. Snow ends Monday morning around 9 a.m. Total accumulation 6 to 10 inches. For Philadelphia, snow begins Sunday afternoon around noon. Heavy snow develops Sunday evening between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Peak snowfall rates Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Monday. Snow continues Monday morning ending around 11 a.m. Total accumulation 8 to 14 inches. For New York City, snow begins Sunday afternoon around 2 p.m. Heavy snow develops Sunday evening between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Peak intensity Sunday night from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Monday. Snow tapers Monday morning, ending by noon. Total accumulation 10 to 16 inches. For Boston, snow begins Sunday evening around 5 p.m. Heavy snow develops Sunday night between 8 p.m. and midnight. Peak intensity Monday morning from midnight to 8 a.m. Snow tapers Monday afternoon, ending by 2 p.m. Total accumulation 12 to 20 inches. For Hartford, Connecticut, snow begins Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m. Heavy snow Sunday evening and overnight. Peak rates Monday morning from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Snow ends Monday early afternoon. Total accumulation 14 to 22 inches. For Providence, Rhode Island, similar timing to Boston. Snow begins Sunday evening around 6 p.m. Heaviest snow Monday morning, ends Monday afternoon. Total accumulation 12 to 18 inches. For Portland, Maine, snow begins Sunday night around 8 p.m. Heaviest snow Monday from 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. Ends Monday evening. Total accumulation 16 to 24 inches. Now, these totals assume the storm tracks close enough to the coast. If it shifts 100 miles farther offshore, cut those numbers in half. If it tracks 100 miles closer to the coast, add 50% to those totals. This is why this forecast remains so challenging. A small shift in track creates enormous differences in snowfall, but snow is not the only concern with this system. Wind will be a major factor. Sustained winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour are expected along the coast. Gusts could reach 50 to 60 miles per hour from Cape Cod to eastern Long Island. These winds will create blowing and drifting snow, reducing visibility to near zero at times. Power outages are possible, especially in areas that receive heavy, wet snow combined with strong winds. Coastal flooding is another serious threat. The storm arrives during a time of astronomical high tides. Minor to moderate coastal flooding is likely along the New Jersey shore, Long Island, Connecticut coast, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts coast. Water levels could reach 2 to 3 feet above normal high tide in the hardest hit areas. Residents in coastal evacuation zones should monitor local emergency management announcements. Travel impacts will be significant. Airlines are already issuing travel waivers for Sunday and Monday. Amtrak is expected to modify or cancel some Northeast Corridor trains. Bus services may suspend operations. The biggest concern is road travel. Interstate 95 from Richmond, Virginia to Portland, Maine could see whiteout conditions Sunday night into Monday morning. Interstate 84 across southern New York and Connecticut will be treacherous. The New Jersey Turnpike and Garden State Parkway could become impassable in spots. Interstate 90 across Massachusetts will see extremely difficult travel conditions. If you absolutely must travel this weekend, do it on Saturday. Do not wait until Sunday morning thinking you can beat the storm. Once snow begins, conditions will deteriorate rapidly. If you are planning to fly out of Newark, JFK, LaGuardia, Philadelphia, or Boston on Sunday or Monday, expect delays and cancellations. Check with your airline frequently. For outdoor events, the Daytona 500 already happened on Saturday, February 15th. Actor Kurt Russell served as the pace car driver. Comedian Nate Bargatze gave the command to start engines. Country music star Miranda Lambert performed the pre-race concert. The race started at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time and was broadcast on Fox. Weather was a concern for that event, with the start time moved up 1 hour due to potential rain. Fortunately, the race was completed successfully. Now, looking at the Super Bowl, which occurred on February 9th at the Superdome in New Orleans. The weather was perfect for that indoor event. But for anyone thinking about outdoor events this coming weekend in the Northeast, cancel those plans now. This storm will shut down outdoor activities across the entire region. Let me talk about what happened earlier this week and why this matters. On Friday, February 20th, that is today, snow is falling across the Northeast. Some areas in the Green Mountains of Vermont and the White Mountains of New Hampshire could see more than a foot from this current system. This is a completely separate storm from the weekend threat. This one is bringing decent snow through Friday night across northern New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Some areas in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan are also getting hammered with significant accumulation, but that Friday system will be long gone by the time the weekend storm arrives. Do not confuse the two. The Friday snow is a nuisance. The weekend snow is a potential crippling event. Now, let me tell you about the Arctic air that is arriving with and after this storm. This is not just a snow story. This is a brutal cold story. Temperatures on Friday across much of the east are running mild, but Saturday, that cold front crashes south. By Sunday, temperatures will be tumbling. By Monday and Tuesday, dangerous cold settles in. Here are the high temperatures expected on Monday, February 23rd, after the storm passes. Burlington, Vermont, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Albany, New York, 18 degrees. Syracuse, New York, 16 degrees. Buffalo, New York, 12 degrees. Boston, 22 degrees. Hartford, 20 degrees. New York City, 25 degrees. Philadelphia, 28 degrees. Baltimore, 30 degrees. Washington, D.C., 32 degrees. But that is not the coldest it gets. Tuesday and Wednesday bring even more brutal cold. Overnight lows. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning will be shocking. Burlington 5 below zero, Albany 0, Syracuse 3 below zero, Boston 8 degrees, New York City 12 degrees, Philadelphia 15 degrees. Wind chill values will make it feel even colder. Tuesday morning, wind chills in the single digits above zero stretch from Washington, D.C. to Boston. Wednesday morning, wind chills drop below zero from upstate New York through northern New England. This is dangerous cold. Frostbite can occur on exposed skin in less than 30 minutes. And this is not the only Arctic blast coming. Another surge of frigid air arrives around Friday, February 27th. Then another pulse arrives around Tuesday, March 2nd. The pattern is locked. Cold outbreak after cold outbreak. The polar vortex continues to weaken and split, sending Arctic air masses southward with remarkable frequency. Out west, the weather story is equally dramatic, but for different reasons. California and the Sierra Nevada are dealing with a historic snow event that turned deadly this week. On Tuesday, February 17th, 15 backcountry skiers were caught in a massive avalanche near Castle Peak, close to Lake Tahoe. 8 skiers are confirmed dead. 1 remains missing and presumed dead. 6 survived. This is now the deadliest avalanche in United States history since 1981, when 11 climbers died on Mount Rainier in Washington. The group was on a guided 3-day backcountry skiing expedition led by Blackbird Mountain Guides. They were on their final day, returning to the trailhead, when the avalanche struck Tuesday morning around 11:30 a.m. Captain Russell Green of the Nevada County Sheriff's Office stated that someone saw the avalanche, yelled avalanche, and it overtook them rather quickly. The avalanche was approximately 1 football field in length and occurred on a north-facing slope at an elevation of 8,200 feet. 3 of the 4 guides leading the trip were among those killed. Nevada County Sheriff Shannon Moon confirmed Wednesday that the bodies of 8 skiers have been found. One person remains missing. Among the deceased and missing are 7 women and 2 men. Treacherous weather conditions are preventing rescue workers from removing the bodies from the mountain. Heavy snow and high winds continue to create near whiteout conditions. The Sierra Avalanche Center had issued a high avalanche danger warning for Tuesday, the day of the incident. On Thursday morning, they issued another warning stating that natural avalanches remain likely and that human-triggered avalanches large enough to bury or injure people are very likely. They warned that avalanches could be triggered from very low on the slope in some areas. Chris Futrier, the forest supervisor of the Tahoe National Forest, explained at Wednesday's news conference that the avalanche resulted when a persistent weak layer had a large load of snow over the top of it. He stated that the persistent weak layer is still there and has reloaded with another 3 feet of snow. The hazard remains high. California workplace safety officials have opened an investigation into Blackbird Mountain Guides. The California Division of Occupational Safety and Health, known as Cal-OSHA, confirmed Thursday afternoon it is looking into the Truckee-based company. State law requires Cal-OSHA to complete its investigation within 6 months. The agency will then issue citations if it finds any violations of workplace safety regulations. This is the second fatal avalanche in the Nevada County area since the start of the year. In early January, 42-year-old Chris Scott Thomason of Bend, Oregon, was killed in an avalanche about 1 mile away from Tuesday's slide. Thomason was snowmobiling with a group when the avalanche struck. His companions tracked his beacon and dug him out, but he died from his injuries. The Sierra Nevada has been pounded with extreme snowfall this month. Since Sunday, February 15th, 3 to 6 feet of snow has fallen across the range. The area has also been hit by sub-freezing temperatures and gale force winds. More snow is forecast through the end of this week and into next week. The Sierra Avalanche Center is warning residents and visitors to avoid backcountry travel. Placer County Sheriff Wayne Wu urged people to avoid the Sierras during this current storm and in the upcoming days. He stated, "Avoid mountain travel. It is treacherous. Avoid the backcountry." Now shifting to the broader West Coast pattern, heavy rain continues to hammer California. Since Monday, February 16th, multiple rounds of heavy precipitation have impacted Southern California. The transverse and peninsular ranges have been hit particularly hard. Numerous flooding reports have been filed. The National Weather Service Weather Prediction Center is monitoring the situation closely. A potent mid-level shortwave trough is bringing another round of heavier precipitation to Southern California. Peak rainfall rates of 0.5 to 1 inch per hour are expected Thursday, February 19th. The heaviest rain will impact areas from roughly 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time. Integrated vapor transport values of 300 to 400 kilograms per meter per second suggest significant moisture is being pumped into the region. Snow levels across Northern California have been fluctuating. They will rise this weekend as temperatures warm slightly, but they will drop again early next week as another cold system moves through. The Cascades in Oregon and Washington will see heavy snow through the weekend and into early next week. British Columbia in Canada is getting absolutely buried. Some areas along the coastal ranges and near the Alberta border could see 4 to 6 feet of additional snow through the end of the month. Moving to the Rockies. Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming are in a bit of a lull this weekend. A ridge builds in, warming temperatures. Boise, Idaho could reach 60 degrees Fahrenheit by Sunday. Salt Lake City, Utah will climb well above freezing. Eastern Oregon and Washington, outside the mountains, will see temperatures in the 60s. This is a brief warm-up before another storm system arrives early next week. The Northern Rockies will see another round of snow Tuesday and Wednesday, February 24th and 25th. The highest elevations could see 1 to 2 feet. This pattern keeps mountain snowpack building. Avalanche danger will remain elevated across all western ranges for the foreseeable future. For the plains, the weather is relatively quiet this weekend, but that changes next week. Another Arctic blast drops south Wednesday, February 25th. Temperatures will plummet. Bismarck, North Dakota, will have overnight lows Tuesday night into Wednesday morning around 15 below 0 Fahrenheit. Highs on Wednesday barely get above 0. Fargo, North Dakota sees similar conditions. Minneapolis, Minnesota drops to overnight lows around 10 below 0 with highs struggling to reach single digits above 0. But then a remarkable warm-up occurs later next week. By Monday, March 2nd, temperatures surge. Pierre, South Dakota could hit the mid-60s. Denver, Colorado reaches the 60s and possibly even 70s by Tuesday, March 3rd. This wild temperature swing is typical of late February and early March as winter and spring battle for control. The South sees its own dramatic temperature swings. Saturday, February 21st, brings severe weather potential across parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. The Storm Prediction Center has highlighted these areas for a risk of strong to severe thunderstorms. Temperatures ahead of the cold front will be very warm. Valdosta, Georgia could reach near 80 degrees. Savannah, Georgia climbs into the upper 70s. Parts of Florida hit the low 80s, but that warmth is short-lived. The cold front crashes through Saturday night and Sunday. By Monday, highs across the Tennessee Valley drop into the 40s. Nashville, Tennessee sees a high of 42 degrees. Memphis, Tennessee reaches 45 degrees. Atlanta, Georgia struggles to hit the upper 40s. And the cold continues to surge south. By Tuesday, February 24th, the cold reaches deep into Florida. Tallahassee will have a high of only 48 degrees. Jacksonville barely cracks 50. Orlando sees highs in the low 50s. Even Miami will be unusually cool with highs in the mid-60s. Overnight lows will drop below freezing across much of the deep south. This poses a threat to crops and sensitive vegetation. Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia will see overnight lows in the 20s and low 30s Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. This is hard freeze territory. Northern Louisiana will also drop below freezing. Parts of Arkansas will see teens. This cold is dangerous and damaging. Now let me address a critical point that ties everything together. February is the deadliest month for winter weather in the United States. The combination of heavy snow, bitter cold, and ice creates more fatalities than any other month. According to data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, February accounts for more fatal winter storms than December and January combined. Why? Because people let their guard down. By mid-February, we are tired of winter. We start thinking spring is around the corner. We become complacent. We drive too fast on icy roads. We do not dress warmly enough. We ignore avalanche warnings. And people die. This February has already been brutally cold across the Northeast and Midwest. This February has already brought multiple significant snow events. And now, as we head into the final week of the month, we potentially face one of the biggest snowstorms in years, followed by dangerous Arctic cold. Do not become complacent. Take this seriously. Let me give you some specific numbers that drive this point home. So far this winter season, which officially started December 1st, the Northeast has recorded temperatures running 5 to 8 degrees below average. Boston has recorded 23 days with high temperatures below freezing. New York City has recorded 18 such days. Philadelphia has recorded 15 days. These numbers are significantly above the historical average for this time of year. Snowfall totals across the region are running well above normal. Burlington, Vermont has recorded 86 inches of snow so far this season. The average by this date is 62 inches. Albany, New York has recorded 73 inches versus an average of 51. Buffalo, New York has recorded 98 inches versus an average of 74. Syracuse, New York has recorded 112 inches versus an average of 89. And if this weekend storm delivers as advertised, those totals will surge even higher. Boston could end the month with over 70 inches of snow. That would rank among the top 5 snowiest Februaries on record. Hartford could exceed 80 inches for the season. Providence could hit 75 inches. These are remarkable numbers, but the snowfall is not just a Northeast story. The Midwest has been crushed this winter as well. Chicago has recorded 52 inches of snow so far this season versus an average of 31 inches. Minneapolis has recorded 67 inches versus an average of 43 inches. Madison, Wisconsin has recorded 59 inches versus an average of 38 inches. Detroit has recorded 46 inches versus an average of 32 inches. Out west, the numbers are even more staggering. Lake Tahoe area resorts have recorded over 300 inches of snow so far this season. Some locations have topped 400 inches. Mammoth Mountain in California has recorded over 500 inches. These are among the snowiest winters on record for the Sierra Nevada. The Cascades are also experiencing an exceptional winter. Mount Baker in Washington has recorded over 400 inches. Stevens Pass has recorded over 300 inches. The Northern Rockies are seeing above-average snowfall as well. Alta, Wyoming has recorded over 200 inches. Jackson Hole, Wyoming has recorded 180 inches. This abundance of snow creates dangerous avalanche conditions. The snowpack is unstable in many areas. Weak layers buried beneath heavy new snow create the perfect recipe for deadly slides. The Castle Peak tragedy in California is a stark reminder of these dangers, but avalanche risk is not limited to California. Colorado has recorded multiple avalanche fatalities this winter. Utah has as well. Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Washington, and Oregon all have elevated avalanche danger across their mountain ranges. If you are planning any backcountry activities, check avalanche forecasts daily. Better yet, avoid the backcountry entirely until conditions improve. Now let me connect this to what is happening globally. The United States is not alone in experiencing a harsh winter. Europe is dealing with an unprecedented avalanche crisis. In the last 10 days, at least 77 people have been killed by avalanches across 4 countries: Italy, France, Switzerland, and Austria. This is the deadliest period for avalanches in Europe in over a decade. On February 17th, the same day as the Castle Peak avalanche in California, multiple avalanches occurred in the Alps. 3 people died at Val d'Isère in France. 5 more were buried in Verbier, Switzerland. France had issued a red avalanche alert, the highest level in its warning system. It was only the 3rd time that alert had been activated in 25 years. Yet a professional guide still took paying clients into off-piste terrain. 2 British men died. The guide was uninjured. French prosecutors in Albertville have opened a manslaughter investigation. Switzerland raised its avalanche danger to level 5, the maximum, across large parts of the canton of Valais on February 16th. The bulletin used 2 words that Swiss avalanche authorities almost never use together: extraordinary situation. Thousands of skiers were stranded at car-free resorts with no road access and no trains running. 3 entire valleys in the Swiss Alps were cut off from the outside world. Italy has been devastated. 13 people were killed in a single week in early February, a national record. At least 28 people are dead in France this season, well above the decade average. 12 are confirmed dead in Switzerland. 2 snowboarders were killed on the Stubai Glacier in Austria. Criminal investigations have been opened in Italy, France, and Switzerland. Why is this happening? The answer lies in a persistent weak layer in the snowpack. This band of fragile, faceted crystals was buried weeks ago beneath heavy new deposits. It exists under the surface in Italy, France, Switzerland, and Austria simultaneously. It does not respect borders. When a skier's weight reaches that layer, the fracture can propagate across hundreds of meters in a fraction of a second. Federico Catana of Italy's Alpine Rescue told reporters that the dangerous points are many and difficult to identify, even for an expert. Xavier Deroux, one of the most decorated freeride snowboarders in history, posted a message after witnessing an avalanche in Verbier. He called the day a giant trap. He described hundreds of skiers stampeding toward lift lines in a frenzy for fresh powder the morning after a storm on slopes rated level 4. This is the same situation we are seeing in the United States. Heavy snowfall burying weak layers, dangerous conditions that even experts struggle to identify, and people ignoring warnings because they want fresh powder. The parallels are striking and sobering. Let me give you some perspective on what the rest of this winter season looks like. The pattern is locked in a cold regime for the eastern 2/3 of the United States. The polar vortex split earlier this month. When the polar vortex splits, it sends lobes of extremely cold air southward. This process can last for weeks, even months. Long-range models from the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts suggest colder than average temperatures across the eastern United States through at least mid-March. The pattern does not look like it breaks anytime soon. Yes, there will be brief warm-ups. We will have days in the 50s, maybe even 60s across the Mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley. But those warm-ups will be fleeting. The overall trend remains cold. Snow chances remain elevated as well. Every time a storm system moves through, it will have access to cold air. That means continued snow potential for the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast through at least the first week of March. Meteorological winter ends February 28. Meteorological spring begins March 1st. But the calendar does not control the weather. Do not expect a sudden shift to spring-like conditions just because the calendar flips to March. In fact, some of the biggest snowstorms in history have occurred in March. The blizzard of 1888, one of the worst storms ever to hit the East Coast, occurred in mid-March. The superstorm of 1993 occurred in mid-March. March can deliver crippling winter storms. Do not let your guard down. Now, looking at specific city forecasts for the next 10 days, let me give you detailed information so you can plan accordingly. New York City, Friday, February 20th, partly cloudy, high 42 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low 34 degrees. Saturday, February 21st, mostly cloudy, high 45 degrees. Saturday night, cloudy, low 36 degrees. Sunday, February 22nd, snow developing afternoon, high 38 degrees. Sunday night, heavy snow, low 28 degrees. Monday, February 23rd, morning snow ending, high 25 degrees. Monday night, clearing and very cold, low 12 degrees. Tuesday, February 24th, sunny and cold, high 22 degrees. Tuesday night, clear and frigid, low 8 degrees. Wednesday, February 25th, sunny but cold, high 26 degrees. Wednesday night, clear, low 14 degrees. Thursday, February 26th, partly cloudy, high 32 degrees. Boston, Friday, partly cloudy, high 38 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low 30 degrees. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 40 degrees. Saturday night, cloudy, low 32 degrees. Sunday, snow developing evening, high 35 degrees. Sunday night, heavy snow, low 26 degrees. Monday, heavy snow morning, ending afternoon, high 22 degrees. Monday night, clearing and very cold, low 8 degrees. Tuesday, sunny and cold, high 18 degrees. Tuesday night, clear and frigid, low 5 degrees. Wednesday, sunny but cold, high 22 degrees. Wednesday night, clear, low 10 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 28 degrees. Philadelphia, Friday, partly cloudy, high 45 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low 36 degrees. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 48 degrees. Saturday night, cloudy, low 38 degrees. Sunday, snow developing afternoon, high 40 degrees. Sunday night, heavy snow, low 30 degrees. Monday, morning snow ending, high 28 degrees. Monday night, clearing and cold, low 15 degrees. Tuesday, sunny and cold, high 25 degrees. Tuesday night, clear and cold, low 12 degrees. Wednesday, sunny but cold, high 30 degrees. Wednesday night, clear, low 16 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 34 degrees. Washington, D.C., Friday, partly cloudy, high 48 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low 38 degrees. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 50 degrees. Saturday night, cloudy, low 40 degrees. Sunday, snow developing morning, high 42 degrees. Sunday night, snow, low 32 degrees. Monday, morning snow ending, high 32 degrees. Monday night, clearing and cold, low 18 degrees. Tuesday, sunny and cold, high 28 degrees. Tuesday night, clear and cold, low 16 degrees. Wednesday, sunny but cold, high 34 degrees. Wednesday night, clear, low 20 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 38 degrees. Chicago, Friday, partly cloudy, high 36 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low 28 degrees. Saturday, cloudy, high 38 degrees. Saturday night, snow showers, low 30 degrees. Sunday, snow showers ending, high 34 degrees. Sunday night, clearing and cold, low 18 degrees. Monday, sunny and cold, high 28 degrees. Monday night, clear and cold, low 12 degrees. Tuesday, sunny and cold, high 26 degrees. Tuesday night, clear and cold, low 10 degrees. Wednesday, sunny but cold, high 30 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 16 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 34 degrees. Detroit, Friday, partly cloudy, high 34 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy with snow showers, low 26 degrees. Saturday, cloudy with snow showers, high 32 degrees. Saturday night, snow showers, low 26 degrees. Sunday, snow showers ending, high 30 degrees. Sunday night, clearing and cold, low 14 degrees. Monday, sunny and cold, high 24 degrees. Monday night, clear and very cold, low 8 degrees. Tuesday, sunny and cold, high 22 degrees. Tuesday night, clear and cold, low 6 degrees. Wednesday, sunny but cold, high 28 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 14 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 32 degrees. Denver, Friday, partly cloudy, high 48 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 28 degrees. Saturday, sunny, high 52 degrees. Saturday night, clear, low 30 degrees. Sunday, sunny, high 56 degrees. Sunday night, clear, low 32 degrees. Monday, sunny, high 60 degrees. Monday night, clear, low 36 degrees. Tuesday, sunny, high 68 degrees. Tuesday night, clear, low 40 degrees. Wednesday, sunny, high 72 degrees. Wednesday night, clear, low 42 degrees. Thursday, sunny, high 70 degrees. Los Angeles, Friday, mostly sunny, high 68 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 54 degrees. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 66 degrees. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low 52 degrees. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high 64 degrees. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low 50 degrees. Monday, partly cloudy, high 66 degrees. Monday night, partly cloudy, low 52 degrees. Tuesday, partly cloudy, high 68 degrees. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 54 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 70 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 56 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 72 degrees. Seattle, Friday, rain, high 48 degrees. Friday night, rain, low 42 degrees. Saturday, rain, high 46 degrees. Saturday night, rain, low 40 degrees. Sunday, rain, high 44 degrees. Sunday night, rain, low 38 degrees. Monday, rain and snow mix, high 42 degrees. Monday night, mostly cloudy, low 36 degrees. Tuesday, partly cloudy, high 44 degrees. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 38 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 46 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 38 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 48 degrees. Miami, Friday, partly cloudy, high 78 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 68 degrees. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 80 degrees. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low 70 degrees. Sunday, partly cloudy, high 78 degrees. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low 66 degrees. Monday, partly cloudy, high 74 degrees. Monday night, partly cloudy, low 64 degrees. Tuesday, partly cloudy, high 72 degrees. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 62 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 70 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 60 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 72 degrees. Houston, Friday, partly cloudy, high 72 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 58 degrees. Saturday, partly cloudy with thunderstorms, high 76 degrees. Saturday night, thunderstorms ending, low 52 degrees. Sunday, partly cloudy, high 62 degrees. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low 46 degrees. Monday, partly cloudy, high 58 degrees. Monday night, partly cloudy, low 42 degrees. Tuesday, partly cloudy, high 56 degrees. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 40 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 60 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 44 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 64 degrees. Phoenix, Friday, sunny, high 74 degrees. Friday night, clear, low 52 degrees. Saturday, sunny, high 76 degrees. Saturday night, clear, low 54 degrees. Sunday, sunny, high 78 degrees. Sunday night, clear, low 56 degrees. Monday, sunny, high 80 degrees. Monday night, clear, low 58 degrees. Tuesday, sunny, high 82 degrees. Tuesday night, clear, low 60 degrees. Wednesday, sunny, high 84 degrees. Wednesday night, clear, low 62 degrees. Thursday, sunny, high 86 degrees. Now let me address safety concerns head on. If you live in the Northeast and this storm tracks close to the coast as many models suggest, you need to prepare now. Do not wait until Saturday night or Sunday morning. Go to the grocery store today. Stock up on non-perishable food items. Make sure you have flashlights and batteries. Charge all your electronic devices. Fill up your car with gas. Have a winter emergency kit in your vehicle if you must travel. If you lose power during the storm, do not use generators indoors. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills people every winter. If you must use a generator, keep it outside, at least 20 feet away from windows and doors. Never use a gas stove or oven to heat your home. This is extremely dangerous. If you must shovel snow, take frequent breaks. Heart attacks increase dramatically during and after major snowstorms. The combination of cold air, physical exertion, and stress is dangerous, especially for people over 50. If you have any history of heart problems, hire someone to shovel for you. It is not worth risking your life. Do not travel unless absolutely necessary Sunday and Monday. If you must drive, tell someone your route and expected arrival time. Keep your cell phone charged. Have blankets, water, snacks, and a flashlight in your car. If you get stuck, stay with your vehicle. Run the engine for 10 minutes every hour to stay warm, but make sure the exhaust pipe is not blocked by snow. Watch for signs of frostbite and hypothermia. Frostbite causes numbness and white or grayish-yellow skin. If you see these signs, get to a warm location immediately. Hypothermia causes shivering, confusion, drowsiness, and slurred speech. This is a medical emergency. Call 911 immediately. For those in avalanche terrain out west, stay out of the backcountry. This is not negotiable. The snowpack is unstable. Avalanche danger remains high to extreme across all western mountain ranges. Professional guides with decades of experience are getting caught in avalanches. If the experts are dying, what chance do you have? Stay on groomed runs at ski resorts. Enjoy the powder within bounds. Do not venture into the backcountry. If you absolutely must travel in avalanche terrain for work or other essential reasons, carry proper equipment. That means an avalanche beacon, probe, and shovel. But equipment alone is not enough. You need training. You need to know how to use that equipment. And you need partners who know what they are doing. Most avalanche deaths occur because people either do not have the right equipment or do not know how to use it properly. Now let me talk about longer range outlooks. What can we expect as we move through early March? The pattern remains dominated by the jet stream dipping far south. This keeps cold air locked over the eastern United States. Storm systems will continue to track along the southern branch of the jet stream. That means continued snow potential from the southern plains through the Ohio Valley and into the mid-Atlantic and northeast. By March 5th through March 7th, another Arctic blast looks likely. This one could be even colder than what we are experiencing next week. Overnight lows could drop below zero as far south as the Ohio River Valley. High temperatures may struggle to reach the 20s across the Great Lakes and interior Northeast. This is not over yet. Looking even further ahead to mid-March, there are some signs the pattern may begin to shift. The North Atlantic Oscillation, which has been negative most of the winter, may finally turn positive. A positive NAO typically brings milder, more progressive weather to the East Coast, but this is still 10 to 15 days away. Models have low confidence at that range. Take it with a grain of salt. What we can say with high confidence is that February is going out with a bang. This weekend storm, if it develops as currently modeled, will be a significant event, followed by dangerous cold, followed by another Arctic blast. This is peak winter weather. This is why February is the deadliest weather month. Some of you are probably wondering why the weather has been so relentlessly cold and snowy this winter. The answer lies in several large-scale climate patterns working together. First, we are in a La Nina pattern. La Nina tends to favor colder temperatures across the northern tier of the United States. Second, the polar vortex is weak and split. When this happens, Arctic air spills south more easily. Third, sea surface temperatures in the North Atlantic are running warm. This enhances storm development along the East Coast. All three of these factors are aligned to produce exactly what we are seeing: frequent storms, heavy snow, and bitter cold. And none of these patterns show signs of breaking down anytime soon. La Nina typically persists through early spring. The polar vortex will remain disrupted for weeks. Sea surface temperatures change slowly. That means the pattern stays locked through at least mid-March. For farmers and agriculture, this brutal cold poses serious threats. Across the Deep South, where temperatures will drop into the 20s and low 30s Monday night through Wednesday night, crops are at risk. Blueberry crops in Georgia are vulnerable. Strawberry crops in Louisiana and Mississippi could be damaged. Citrus crops in northern Florida are at risk if temperatures drop below 28 degrees for extended periods. Livestock also face challenges. Ranchers across the plains and Midwest need to provide adequate shelter and feed for cattle. Hypothermia in newborn calves becomes a serious concern when temperatures drop below zero with wind chill. Water sources freeze, requiring ranchers to break ice multiple times per day or provide heated water sources. For the energy sector, demand is surging. Natural gas consumption is running well above seasonal averages. Electricity demand for heating is elevated. Power grids are stressed. We have already seen rolling blackouts in some areas during previous cold snaps this winter. With another brutal cold outbreak on the way, grid operators are monitoring the situation closely. Now comment below with your location so I can provide you with a customized forecast for your specific area. I want to make sure everyone has the information they need to stay safe during this dangerous weather pattern. Whether you are in Boston preparing for potentially 2 feet of snow, or Miami bracing for unusually cool temperatures, or Denver enjoying a brief warm-up, I want to help you plan accordingly. The bottom line is this: a major winter storm is likely this weekend across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. The exact track and intensity remain uncertain, but the window for a significant event is closing. By tomorrow evening, Friday, February 20th, models should be in better agreement. By Saturday morning, we will know with high confidence whether this is a major snowstorm or a miss. But regardless of how this weekend storm plays out, brutal cold is coming. That part is certain. Monday through Wednesday of next week will feature some of the coldest weather of the entire winter across the eastern United States. Wind chills will be dangerous. Travel will be hazardous. Power outages are possible. Out west, avalanche danger remains extreme. Stay out of the backcountry. The snowpack is loaded and unstable. 8 people are already dead in California this week. 77 are dead in Europe in the last 10 days. These mountains are not forgiving errors right now. This is not the time to be complacent. This is not the time to ignore forecasts.